Right here, down. Protect the out. We put the work in. Let's finish. Come on, let's do this. Man, we up to 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
See, we dream chase, cause that's all we was given to start with. Then we realized the dream was obtainable. Now look at us.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. We're glad you're here with us, and we really appreciate that. What's going on, Eagles Nation? Welcome to the Main Thing Podcast. It's your boy, Mr. Owens, and after further review, the call stands. I'm still official with no stripes.
What's going on, my Eagles brothers and sisters? This your man, Big Huss, the one you trust, bring you all your Philadelphia Eagles latest. Hey, man, we're here to talk about a few things. Trade deadlines just passed. We didn't really make any moves there. Cut Albert O, so really not too much to talk about on that front. Mm-hmm. But coming off a big W, 28-23, over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Great win, dominant win. The score doesn't really show how big of a win this was, but with all that said, still some things to clean up. But how you feeling about this dub, fam?
Man, look, bro, like you said, you kind of touched on it. Major win. Like you said, the score really doesn't indicate how the afternoon went. We controlled that game almost from start to finish. I'll say maybe the first 3 quarters. We were truly dominant in that front, in that regard. But overall, solid team win. Like you said, it's still some things that need to be cleaned up, and it's really small details, but the small details take you a long way. But overall, great team win. I like the fact that through an adverse situation that we were having in that game, we've overcome that. The last 2 or 3 weeks or so, we really haven't had to face adverse situations because we've been blowing the doors off of people, especially against the Bengals and the Giants. But to have this game, it was trending towards blowout season. You see what I'm saying? We was about to get these boys out the way real quick, but what's it called? Like I said, it's just some unfortunate situations happen. Yeah, just to overcome some adverse situations. I just like the fact, like I said, that the team put forth the effort, played for one another, and we came out with a dub.
Yeah, no, for sure. Had to overcome a little bit. Didn't really come out unscathed. AJ Brown had come up with a leg injury, but MRIs came back. He should be go to go. He's day to day. So hopefully great news. Hopefully we'll see him versus the Cowboys. But if they didn't sit him, being that the Cowboys really aren't much to worry about, I wouldn't be surprised. But move to the game itself. Jalen Hurts, man, missed a couple throws, but for real, had a great game. Man. It was 18 for 24, 230 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had another 67 yards on the ground with a tub. Really looked like vintage 2022 Jalen Hurts, like he was in MVP form. Making reads, look decisive, getting the ball out of his hand, letting his playmakers make plays. And then to top it all off, probably the cherry on top, or the main thing, no turnovers. Come on, man. Come on. He's playing clean football. Right now. This is what we've been asking for. And coming out of the bye, I don't know what happened during that bye week, but the past month, he's been outstanding. I believe it was like 12 touchdowns, over 1,000 yards or so just in the month of October. He's looked great.
For sure, bro. Like you said, he's been playing phenomenal, mistake-free football. He's, like you said, keeping the main thing. You feel me? Like the thing that I like the most about QB1 is the fact that, like I said, he's being decisive. He's knowing his reads. And like you said, because getting the ball to his playmakers, It was a few times in that game where I did see him hold on to the ball a little longer than I would like him to, especially. But the Jags were playing a lot of cover two, which if any of the followers or subscribers watching this channel don't know what cover two is, that's a zone defense. But they were playing cover two. He had to hold on to the ball a little bit longer. There was one play in particular that he saw Smitty, and it wasn't a great throw. But then another one that I was kind of upset over, and a lot of people are frustrated about the fourth down call that Sirianni made was the over to AJ Brown. Now, QB1 had AJ. He read the right read.
He was there.
AJ was definitely there. AJ had enough room to the sideline for QB1 to throw it to the sideline. But QB1 again held on the ball a tad bit too late, and also lobbed the ball over to AJ, which made Savage get back into phase and be able to make that play. But other than that, had a spectacular day. Like you said, he had 230 yards, 75% completion percentage, also had a 9.6 average. Just overall, going back to vintage Jalen, vintage QB1. It just seems like he's giving me the reminiscence of 2022 QB1. Like you said, after that bye week, it just seems like he just turned over a new leaf and turned the corner and just going back to playing mistake-free football. When we don't turn the ball over, I'm going to say it again, when we don't turn the ball over, more times than not, we're coming out with a dub. And we always say here on the Main Thing Podcast Presents, because QB1, we go as far as QB1 takes us. So to just see him clean up, to see him work on his craft and hone his craft and get better every single week, that's very exciting to us. And we're proud of the trajectory that he has gone on, because obviously he started with us in 2020. He didn't really get the starting nod until towards the end of the season. Shout out to Dougie. Dougie saw QB1, but every single year he just gets better and better and better, and all he does is win. And I'm proud for him to be our franchise quarterback.
Absolutely, a winner indeed, for sure. And then moving on to Saquon, bro. Possibly play of the year, play of the decade. I don't know. It only went for 14 yards. It's not like it was even a long run, but the athletic feats, the combinations that he put together on this run were absurd. To juke a guy, make a guy miss, get off me.
Circle.
Come back, circle button, spin off next guy. Have the awareness, the spatial awareness, everything to peek over and then hurdle backwards over a guy.
Tackles and picks up the
Bro, I've been watching football a long time, playing football for forever. I've never seen that play, bro. I've never seen anyone even think to put a combination of moves like that together. Electric. I'm so glad, like we spoke before, I never thought that he would actually be an Eagle. And now that he's here, he's been everything that I believe that the fans and we've expected and some. He's having another MVP type year. Him and Derrick Henry right now, you know, Christian McCaffrey kind of being out the race, being hurt and all. Him and Derrick Henry are in a league of their own as far as running backs go. Both impacting the game heavily, but both doing it kind of in different ways. Them being on the back end of their careers, who would have thought, right? You know, according to analytics or whatever. But 27 touches, 159 yards, touchdown, 3 catches for 40 yards and a touchdown. I believe a yard or two under 20 yards of total offense or total yardage for him and 2 tubs. He's a dog, man. I don't know. I know he had the fumble. We'll kind of talk about that for a little bit, but man, like that. 2-6 is him for real.
For sure, man. And Big House, before I get into phenomenal Saquon, just to touch back on QB1, because I did forget the stats about him. This is 5 starts now that he's started without throwing an interception. Also, he's 40-19 now as a starter. and he has 8 completions of at least 40 yards, which ties him with Brock Purdy. So I think that's, like we said, he's just building and building and building, and improving every single week. But like you said, back to Saquon, that man, he's not real. Again, Mara family, Joe Shine, whoever, what your name is, bro. We appreciate y'all. I don't know how you let that type of talent get out of the building. It bewilders me. You let a generational talent, a surefire, if he didn't play with y'all organization for the amount of years that he played with y'all, could have easily been a first ballot Hall of Famer, and he still can get this trajectory. Let's not get it misconstrued. I'm not saying that he can't do it, but it didn't help the fact that he played with the organization that didn't put talent around him, that never gave him a solid offensive line. You see what I'm saying? He had to create everything. And for him to come down the turnpike to the good guys, to Philadelphia, you feel me, and do what he does, it's amazing. Like we always say, because he's a 3-down back. He's an all-purpose back. That play where Jalen QB1 threw that dart through that hot pocket to that corner to Saquon.
Great catch. Over the shoulder. Great catch.
Bro. Typical running backs aren't making that play. Only a handful. I'll say like a Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara, people like that, like make that type of play. But the awareness of Saquon being a running back, but also having that dynamic and that skill set to translate to a receiver. Receivers know when you're running a go ball, what you supposed to do, Hus? Give the QB room to the sideline to throw. You're never supposed to run up the sideline, because if the QB has to throw it to your outside shoulder, you're going to fade. And where are you going to fade? You're going to fade out of bounds. So the pass be incomplete. But just the wherewithal for him to know, okay, the spatial awareness to run down, give QB1 that space to the sideline, QB1 throw that dart over his shoulder, and Saquon still tap the feet. Come on, bro. He's a generational talent with number 2 pick for a reason. You see what I'm saying? And a thing that I like the fact too is when what I noticed is when teams play a lot of zone, which the Jaguars were doing, just give the ball to Saquon, let him run downhill. Because you got to think, a lot of success runs that Saquon had in this game against the Jags, they were a lot of inside zones. The one inside zone where he was about to break it, and take it to the tad down, get that tad down. You see what I'm saying? But your boy Cisco, your man Cisco. Hey,
bro, I like Cisco, man.
Hey, Cisco's solid.
There, I swear.
Cisco's solid. But he saved that tackle, which could have been almost a 90-yard tad. You feel me? And then another inside zone where we were successful, and I'm gonna give credit Smitty with great blocking on one of the inside zones as well in the second half. Like you said, just 27 carries, 159 yards, a 5.9 average, and 1 tad. It's just he's what we thought he was. He's as advertised. You see what I'm saying? And more. He literally is the best running back in the league. Like you said, pound for pound, it could be him, Derrick Henry. You see what I'm saying? Like, depending on the style that you like you said, like we were talked off the phone and you told me Derrick Henry likes to lean on people. You see what I'm saying? He likes to bruise you. Saquon, you feel me? He's more finesse. He's more elusive. He hits the hole faster. You feel me? He has bursts. But the element, like we talked about off camera, because that he's bringing to us that we really haven't had since, I'll say maybe, I might have to go back to like a Ricky Waters. Because even Brian Westbrook was more of elusive and shifty, and Shady was elusive and shifty. But I'll probably have to go back to Ricky Waters for those who know. But just bringing that bruising physicality to run through a defender, to set the tone. We haven't had that in a very, very long time. And that's a different element that Saquon's adding to our offense, which is opening up so much more in our offense. And especially on this 4-game win streak that we've had.
No, absolutely. And like I said, we'll talk about it because it was, but it wasn't. Only knock I had was the fumble, and not even that fumbling is an issue of Saquon because it really isn't. And that was a call which should have been overturned. The TV analyst and the rules expert, Gene Steratore, everybody was in agreement that the fumble shouldn't have been a fumble, but it was. That's how the game flowed. And this is more so not just to Saquon, but the team in general. Let's not put the game in the refs' hands. Let's not allow the refs to have an influence on the game. If he goes up there, you get hit, you stumble, you fall down, they call you down, you're down right there, we move on. More than likely, we score a touchdown on that drive because they really couldn't stop us. But it went back for a fumble recovery for a touchdown, kind of turned the momentum of the game, and it gave the Jags a little bit of hope, truth be told, and they played like it. So with that said, let's keep it out of their hands. Let's continue to play clean football. This was a little, I don't want to say fluky, but it shouldn't have been what it was, but let's just stay clean, y'all. Like, let's not really have to deal with the refs too much between turnovers, penalties, whatever it is. Let's just continue to play clean football.
Yeah, and to add a little bit on that, because like you said, keep the game out of the refs' hands. If you all haven't noticed over the past 8 games that we played so far, every time we start building momentum, we always get a flag. It's always a legal formation, a legal man downfield, holding. Stop letting the refs dictate what we want to do. We know that we're the better team majority every week, pound for pound, the better team. But stop letting the refs control the games, control our situations. Let us come out there, play clean football, eliminate the small mistakes, like we said, such as penalties, and go out here and just handle these boys and get these boys out the way early. So when refs start trying to throw flags, it doesn't even matter at that point. We're up 20. What does it matter? But even still, we were up 22 this week. You see what I'm saying? And the thing where the refs what's it called? Gave the ball on the fumble for Saquon and let it run it back. Come on, man. Like you said, Gene Steratore and everybody saw that. Everybody saw that the man tapped Saquon's leg twice and made him stumble into Landon Dickerson and caused him to hit the ground. And like we said, grounds can't cause fumbles. So I'm confused of the logic that they went with to decide that call. But like we said, again, even though it wasn't a penalty, it's still the fact that is a ref, and the refs sometimes can cause games. So let's keep that out of their hands, bro.
They're humans too. Humans too. There's always going to be a level of error. So let's kind of avoid that error if we can. But with AJ leaving, I believe, what was it? Early.
It started the first drive in the second half.
Right. Early third with a leg injury. Somebody had to step up. And Smitty was that guy. Okay. Came up, had 4 catches, 87 yards and a touchdown. But the one touchdown I'm sure that we all saw, the one-handed grab, dead-legged it at the back. Do the stanky leg. Do the stanky leg. Do the stanky leg. When I hit the both feet in, going out of bounds was bonkers.
Nutty.
Bonkers. This nutty, man. When I say that this was an exciting game, if you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan, it was almost like big play after big play on both sides of the ball. But Smitty showed up. Smitty did Smitty things for real. He gets overshadowed a lot because we do have Swole Batman and AJ Brown, and rightfully so. He draws a lot of attention, but Smitty is a number one on damn near every other team. Damn near every other team. Okay, he shows up, and when you actually look at the course of our games, when the third quarter rolls around, fourth quarter rolls around, it's usually Smitty getting those grabs, bro. It's not as much AJ Brown as much as folks would like to think. It's usually Mr. Clutch coming up doing them clutch type grabs. So hey, shout out to Smitty, bro. Keep doing your thing, bro. Hey, you be eating, bro. You really him. We don't give you enough love, but you that guy, bro. For real.
It's crazy because here on the Main Thing Podcast Presents, we always give Smitty his flowers, big love, because he's truly one of the ones. You see what I'm saying? And shout out Amite City, Louisiana, where Smitty from. You feel me? But Yeah, bro. Came into the game, like you said, had 4 catches, 87 yards, and 1 touchdown. Smitty is really him. People keep overlooking him and saying, "Oh, it's just he only is contributes when AJ Brown is on the field or something like that, bro." Smitty by himself, like you said, on about 25 to maybe 28 teams in the league, bro. You're the number 1 receiver. And when you, like you said, when he's called upon, when his number is asked, he comes up with big play after big play after big play. I don't understand why people underestimate Smitty. Like he's not a dog. Like to make that play, bro, in the end zone, QB1. Look, that was a little dot, but it sailed a little high. It sailed a little high. So Smitty had to throw that thing up a little.
Hey, Jalen had that either my guy gets it or nobody gets
kind
of ball. It was one of those. Yeah.
That's why he sailed it a little high, because Darby actually was in good position. He was in very good position underneath Smitty. So that's why, like you said, QB1 took that approach. Either Smitty gonna get it or nobody get it. So he sailed a little high, but to the savviness to just throw the hand up and know the awareness of where you are in the back of the end zone.
Controlled.
Come on, contorting your body, spinning, making sure that you possess the catch throughout the ground, bro, is bananas, bro. Like people don't understand how hard these plays are. NFL players make it seem effortlessly, but these plays are seriously hard. But like I said, Smitty, he just brings a different element. Like we talked about multiple times, us. We remember the days where we had like the Reggie Browns and the Hank Baskets and Freddie Mitchell's, Todd Pinkstons, the Greg Lewises. You see what I'm saying? Like those type of receivers, the Dorial Green Beckhams. You see what I'm saying? It's just an honor and a blessing to have such bona fide receivers on our team. And then one other play outside of Smitty making that touchdown. Another play, like we've always said, the best route runner in the league. When he ran that deep over, you see what I'm saying? That deep over on the play action where QB1 saw him, boom, he ran the deep over from the right side to the left, hit him with the dart. You feel me? It's just his IQ, his route running. He's just savvy. You see what I'm saying? And the fact is, what he's only like 25, 26.
Yeah, he's young. He's young.
Young bull, bro. We're gonna have him for a minute. It's just like like we say, he comes up big play after play after play. And like you said, a lot of people don't talk about him because we do have Swole Batman on that other side. But put some respect on Smitty's name, because he's definitely one of the ones. And to quote him, you feel me, before I finish out, what he say in the game against the Bengals? Man, I do this.
Straight up, hey, he do. Ain't no lie about that. Ain't no cap in his rap. You feel me? Straight up. And even man, we had a sighting from Jahan Dotson, man. Crazy big time catch, 36-yard grab. And we all know Jahan's not been getting a lot of love. He hasn't been getting a lot of targets throughout this year. But that was a big time catch. Great concentration. Falling down, DB there, you having to see the ball through the ground the whole 9. Hell of a play. Like he told one of the reporters, y'all got to remember, I was a first-round pick too. Hey, he's going to bring another element. And it's good to see, even though you're not getting the amount of targets, you're not getting those opportunities like that you're still locked in. When the ball does come your way and it's your time to, make a play, you made your play. That'll, without a doubt, give Jalen more confidence in him to continue to look his way, because there were games when he first got here where Jahan would be wide open and Jalen might look that way, he might not, kind of deal. But you continue to make plays like this, the quarterback will continue to have faith in you, the coaches will continue to have faith in you and confidence in you and start feeding you the rock, man. Hey, big time play, bro. Keep working.
Yeah, bro, you sell it well. Like you said, Jahan Dotson, he hasn't been having the year that he probably hoped for, and not getting a lot of targets in this offense. Of course, we got Smitty, AJ, Goddard when he's healthy, Saquon, QB1. We have a lot to feed around here. But like you said, when his number is called, for him to make that play and the concentration that he had on that grab is amazing. And like you said, he did say, I'm a first-round pick for a reason. I make plays. Like, don't get it misconstrued. Just because I got traded, you feel me, I can't make plays. But it's just good to see him starting to trust trust his teammates more, to trust the coaching staff to put him in the best position. And then, like you said, having QB1 starting to trust him more, that's just adds another element to our offense that we already have. You see what I'm saying? Just to have another pass catcher when, if AJ does go down or Smitty goes down, God forbid any of the receivers do go down, but just to have those reps, just to have those live game actions that Jahan Dotson has gotten, and then coming up with that big play. I know he feels like he got a monkey off his back. Like, man, I finally like, that wasn't his first catch, but that was like his first big boy catch. Like, yeah, all right, like, all right, let me show y'all a little bit while I'm here in Philly. You see what I'm saying? When I'm called upon, let me rise to the occasion. I'm just so excited to see his growth. And hopefully he just keeps stacking and earning a brick every single day, so that we can have another weapon in our arsenal.
For sure. Absolutely, for real. Keep, like I said, keep working, man. O-line, moved to O-line. O-line didn't play bad. Mekhi Becton was graded as our highest offensive lineman this week. I believe he had like around a 94 PFF grade. Truth be told, people, I know we play him at guard. The dude's massive. They run behind him. He moves people like it's nobody's business in the run game. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it's from a viewer fan, you like, man, do that, yeah. But if I'm a defender in this dude, I'm like, bro, I don't want no parts of this. This man is big and agile. He's leaning on folks, throwing folks. You know what I mean? Run game. Mekhi truly is a force, and he's actually been a good surprise as well. It's just because he had all those down years with the Jets. I kind of, truth be told, when he came over, I believe that he was like, man, this guy might be a little washed, you know, like we hadn't seen it. But I guess you give anybody the stout, man, and he'll bring it out of you. He's been looking pretty good. Stay healthy, but he's been looking good.
And just to add on a little bit to your point, Big Huss, with Mekhi Becton, especially on one of the runs where QB1 did have a great read. It was an empty jet bash guard tackle counter. So, like, to your point, QB1 ran to that right side. It's a run play. Mekhi Becton is a road grader, as long well with Lane Johnson. So, like you said, to run behind Mekhi Becton, he was the highest rated PFF player. Well, offense or offensive line?
I want to say on offense for us.
On offense in total? Okay, cool. But yeah, like you said, like, just to change your scenery has definitely helped Mekhi Becton. I'm glad that he's here.
Absolutely. Fred Johnson. Now look, Fred Johnson was not, I'm sure when the season started, Fred was like, man, I might get a game, man. I might get it. We've actually called on Fred a lot these past few weeks. And you know what I mean? He's going up against some above average pass rushers to somewhat elite. And he's held his own. Like, he's given up some plays, but overall he's held his own. I've been really pleased with where Fred Johnson has given us. The effort has been there. It's just, he's given us everything he's had. And I appreciate it, man. We could have did worse. Truth be told, Fred Johnson's had a long road. He would have never thought that he would have been here. And he's just turning that corner, man. And Sirianni had mentioned at one point the growth has truly been there with him, and he's turned into a viable. I don't want to say starter. I mean, you could say starter. He's been starting for real. But a viable backup option, swing option for us.
Fred, like you said, I'm very proud of Fred. We had the story a few months ago where he came out and practiced humility. You see what I'm saying? And at his most vulnerable time, let the world know that he was going through some things, and he wasn't really focused on football. But like you said, having Stout and having the organization that we have here in Philadelphia, it truly works wonders. And I just credit Fred for not giving up, not quitting, fighting through adverse situations. And that's what Philly is. Look, we're the underdog. You feel me? We got to go out and take everything that we want. And like you said, we've been having to ask Fred a lot over the past few weeks. He had Trey Hendrickson. He had what's his name? Brian Burns. He had who's the other guy? He has Darius Smith when he was on the Browns, and then just recently he had Josh Allen Hines. You feel me? So like that 4-game stretch, that ain't no light featherweight, man. You see what I'm saying? He stepped in a heavyweight bout with a lot of these DNs, and he's held his own. And to your credit, Huss, like you said, he has become a serviceable player in Stoutland U, and I'm super proud of what he's overcome, and just excited for the growth and the future that he has.
Absolutely, man. Shout out to Fred for real. And then for the most part, I'm not gonna. Cam Jurgens playing, it's been solid, but when it comes to this tush push, and it didn't just start this week, it's really low key been the past couple weeks. He's really been getting blown off the ball.
Talk about it.
The Jags brought in, they tried a couple variations to combat the tush push by creating their own tush push, where they had the 4 linemen down and they had 3 linebackers behind them, standing behind them, pushing them, in effect, creating their own tush push to negate this. Then they also brought up where you have the linemen down, your linebackers behind them pushing, but then they're bringing an edge player, whether it be linebacker, safety, corner, screaming off the edge to then grab Jalen, pull out the ball, and pull him back. This will probably be the first time where I've actually seen the tush push truly not work to this degree. We were truly stifled just about every time we ran this play come Sunday afternoon. So there's going to be some things that we need to clean up there. Cam needs to be a little bit more, have a little bit more leverage at the point. But the Jags low key might have shown the blueprint on how to stop the tush push. They gave 2 options where, like I said, down linemen, you have 3 linebackers behind them, hands on hips. They're doing their own tush push, meeting them at the point. Then they're doing another one where they're bringing a defender off the edge. Both were successful. Now, I don't know if they just have the roster to do this and pull this off. I don't know if every team will be able to recreate this, but low-key is something to keep an eye on, because if we can't lean on our 90-some% play affecting this play for our go-to, our bread and butter, it could kind of change how we approach some of these games. Whether we start going for some of these 4th and shorts or 3rd and shorts. Now that I'm saying it out loud, it could be a pro in disguise where we need to start taking some of these damn points for real, not leaving them on the board. It will be a blessing in disguise, low key. But it's something to look into. It's something to look into, because we were stopped quite a few times on Sunday.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it like, I haven't seen the tush push stopped this much. I don't know the last time when, because like you said, even last year, you'll have some teams maybe stop it like the first time on 3rd down. But then when we went for it on 4th down, it was automatic. Like, bro, you're not stopping us twice. Now I feel like you said, to add on to your point, we have to reevaluate it. Obviously, Cam Jurgens was on the line last year, but he obviously played a different position last year, being right guard. So it's a lot different when you play center during the tush push, because now when you're playing center,
you're the point.
You're the point, and you're right there with the anchors, the nose tackles, the big boys. You see what I'm saying? And like we said, Cam is not super big, but he's not small. You see what I'm saying? Pause. But what's it called? He's a little undersized. You see what I'm saying? So we might have to reevaluate that tush push, because like I said, I like the fact that we were being aggressive and going to our bread and butter. But we have to realize and see, okay, if something's not working, bro, we got to go and adjust. You see what I'm saying? Life is all about adjusting.
There has to be a counter move. There has to be a true definitive counter move. Is that if they stop this, we could always go to this and this will work. We kind of panicked when it wasn't working and kind of scrambled Jalen out, and it was a terrible play. But continue. I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, that's your.
No, you're fine, bro. You're fine, bro. Like you said, bro, like we have to have a counter move, dog. Like I don't understand the fact why, if you're seeing this play continually not working, right? Especially in this game, have the situational awareness. You see what I'm saying? To literally, all right, this tush push ain't working. I see that you all like, and we try to run the and that's the thing I wanted to bring up, because on one of the 4th downs on the tush push play, We ran the fake tush push, but it was like a speed option. Now the fact is, even though that play was blown dead again by the refs, that is on tape. So now that's something to be mindful of. If we saw it, you don't think that defensive coordinators and organizations don't get paid to watch film and see, oh, okay, that's another variation out of the tush push. So like we said, maybe not do all the way with the tush push, because the tush push still can be effective, but have some other routes and have some other plays outside of the tush push on the 3rd and shorts, the 4th and shorts. You see what I'm saying? Because when you're predictable, it's easy to prepare for somebody who's predictable than somebody who's unpredictable, because you don't know what you're going to get.
And you have to remember, man, there are 31 other teams trying to mimic this, emulate this, and stop this, bro. So they're continuously looking at, how do we stop the Eagles on this play? Because that was a guaranteed 2-3 yards, whatever it is, every time. So, like I said, it's gonna be on film. We have to be able to have something to counter that, where they hit us with a move. And right now, the counters outside of the speed option, which probably would have been there, it really hasn't happened. But
yeah, and bro, Huss, real quick, they've had, to your point, they've had 2.5 years to learn how to stop this. We started running this back in 2022, bro.
Yeah.
So they had all of 2022, our Super Bowl year, all of last year, and then half of this year to gear up and stop it. And like you said, bro, to your point, come with another counter move, bro. We got to play chess, not checkers, dog.
I'm telling you, sometimes this offense seems that seems to lack just a bit of creativity. So let's get creative. Let's get creative. But I'm not gonna. It's not a negative day for the Eagles. The Eagles offense was very much dominant. We put up over 447 yards of offense on the Jags. They had a day. So I don't want that to be overshadowed by some of the bad plays or bad calls. Mm-hmm. But moving to the defensive side, hey, defense dominated. They dominated, I would say, for about 3+ quarters.
Come on,
they had a little stint where, things got a little rocky. You know what I mean? Momentum shifted to kind of catch their feet, but they were showing out, bro. They were showing out. I believe 3 total turnovers on the day. It was a great showing. They were in control up until some point in I would say midway through the third. Jackson only had about 30 yards offense. Mm-hmm. Like clamps. Put Jacksonville in a chokehold, So it was great to see the linebackers. Oh man, I don't know the last time we've had a linebacker duo, let alone just 1, 2, where man these dudes are playing lights out. These Zach Bond, Nakobe Dean played phenomenal these past couple weeks. They've been the highest graded linebackers throughout the NFL through week 8 and week 9. They had 12 tackles, a couple PBUs, 2 interceptions between them. The Kobe Dean with the game ceiling called game. 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 On them boys, was looking like a cornerback out there on the island, going up, high pointing it, getting it. I was like, dude, I would have never thought that these two would have been giving us this kind of play, bro. This kind of play, man. It's really refreshing to see. It's exciting to see. They need to go ahead and sign Zach Bond. Don't even let him touch the offseason, hit the offseason without a deal for real. He's been great, bro. He's been great. He gives you a mix of size, athleticism, smarts. I would have never thought this. Yeah, man, for sure, Huss. Them two, I can't really. I can't stress how much like the linebacker play has improved so drastically, bro. I saw a stat that said literally with linebackers, bro, we haven't had an interception from a linebacker since your man Alex Singleton was here, bro. Yes, bro. That's been a little few years. You feel me? Years. Yeah. You feel me? And it's crazy because, like you said, I probably have to think back between having 2 linebackers play at this level back to maybe Carlos Edmonds and Axeman Senior, bro. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Like Jimmy Johnson defense, bro. Like you see what I'm saying? It's they're playing at a high level. Let me first start. Zach Bond, you're a dog.
Yeah, bro.
You're like even on the first play of the game, his just situational, his spatial awareness for him to get depth and sink underneath the route to Evan Ingram. We said back in the other video that Trevor Lawrence was going to force feed Evan Ingram, and the fact is that he had the wherewithal to be like, all right, back in zone, he sees, let me sink. Nobody's in my immediate threat. Okay, but I'm hooked the curl. Oh, what's coming behind me? Hook the curl. Let me get under that and sink. You see what I'm saying? Him just being that instinctive, getting the ball. Then it just seems like he's just always around the football. One thing that I do love about Zach Bond is not only can he play the pass defense, but also when he plays run defense, he's a sure tackler. He will wrap you up and get you down to the ground, bro. That's what I noticed a lot of times where previous linebackers that we've had here, they'll get to the play, they'll get to the player, they'll just throw their shoulder or arms at him. You see what I'm saying? Or they'll try to, wrap up, but not fully wrap up and get them down to the ground. So when you're supposed to get them down there, they'll get an extra 4 or 5 yards. But Zach Bond, he just has a knack for being around the ball. He's understanding what Vic Fangio is asking out of him. And he's just being an all-around playmaker. Who would have knew that a guy? Well, we know Wisconsin usually has good linebackers, but who would have knew a guy like you said in the last video, Huss, that started on special teams, bro? You see what I'm saying? And finally got his opportunity. You only get one shot. Don't let your chance blow, bro. He's got in there. You see what I'm saying? Just like your boy, famous James said, your boy Eminem. What you do? You eat the dud.
I swear, he's playing at an all-pro level, bro.
All pro.
He is playing at an all-pro level. Like, for if you're not able to catch these games, if you have an opportunity to watch one, truly watch what he's doing. It's truly something special to see, especially coming from where he's coming from. If you would have looked at it, he would have been projected to be a special teamer probably his whole career.
Mm-hmm.
Vic saw something in him off the whim. I don't know what Vic saw, but Vic saw something in him, said, bring him in.
Mm-hmm.
And he has not disappointed.
He's not disappointed ever since training camp. He's always been in the headlines. He's always been on the positive end of news by making plays. So like we said, we definitely support him getting a contract. We know he's under contract for just this year. So how we get that done, because we definitely found a gem. And just to touch a little bit on the Kobe, we always keep saying, bro, keep through your adverse situations, keep fighting the Kobe. We know since you've been here, you haven't had the many opportunities that you would have liked, especially because of injury and things like that. But for him to fight through these injuries and for him to get to this point where he is and playing at the high level that he's playing at, I love it, man. He's flying around, bro. He's being disruptive. He's being physical. He's being violent. He's taking ownership of being the green dot of this defense. For y'all that don't know, a green dot is the leader on the defense. So he gets everybody lined up and calls the plays. But like you said, he just it's giving me reminiscence of Georgia. It's just giving me reminiscence of watching ball on Saturday. N'Kobe with them dogs out there just making play after play after play after play. And the reason why he only slipped out of the first round because it was injury concern, because he was another first round talent. And then like you said, you know how I feel about corner, bro. For him to have the ball skills, pause, no, Jared. For him to have those skills, bro, in a corner, like the front pylon and end zone, bro, for him to turn, like, bro, linebackers ain't making that play. Game on the line, bro.
Pressure situation.
They're not making that play for him to backpedal and have to literally contort his body and turn his body and then high point the ball. Like you said, the average linebacker would have looked stupid. He would have jumped up, the ball would have went right through his hands. The running back would have said, let me get that. You see what I'm saying? Because you usually don't put linebackers in those type of positions, especially on running backs on like wheel routes. You see what I'm saying? Now we saw one when Zach Bond made a good play when we played the Saints and Alvin Kamara running that wheel route. But we know N'Kobe hasn't been the best in pass coverage. But for him to make that play and call game is phenomenal. And shout out to him because he said that they said how did you know that that play was going to come and how were you ready for it? And he said that he saw it all the time back at UGA. You see what I'm saying? So knowledge, film. You see what I'm saying? Just repetitions, seeing it over and over and over. But then shout out to him because he said that he asked QB1 and he also asked Gainwell about that route. And for him to take the initiative to get better, to work on his craft, and know what his weaknesses are and try to turn them into strengths, obviously it paid dividends because, like you said, he called game. He called, hey, Dougie, nice to see you. Good to see you. We're going to have to send you packing, famo.
Hey, have a safe trip back home.
Safe trip.
Because he had mentioned he said when I seen him shift to the 3x1 and I had that single on my side, he was like, I already knew it was coming my way. So he's like, I just had to do my keys, do my assignment. My man made a play.
Heck of a play.
He made a great play. Hell of a play, bro. I swear.
Mm-hmm.
I swear. Hey, keep balling. Like you said, you fought through that adversity, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Keep fighting, brother.
Mm-hmm.
For real. And then moving to the back end, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, they've been elite. Q gave up one catch. He slipped on that one. Honestly, they really weren't even trying. It's starting to get to that point where they don't even try Q. I'm not even being funny. It's like quarterbacks are and the coaches are starting to learn like that we have a true young star at cornerback, and his name is Quinyon Mitchell. Cooper DeJean continues to be physical, shows his savviness within the zone schemes for real. It's safe to say once he was inserted into the lineup at the slot position that this defense took off. This defense is completely different now. We seem more physical, we seem more fast, we seem more sure of ourselves. The communication is there. You could tell that everybody's starting to buy in and learn the system and learn what's expected of them in this defense from Vic Fangio. Those two, bro, we hit gold with those two. And then you've also had Isaiah Rodgers, who was in place of Darius Slay this week, who's dealing with a groin injury. He gave up a big catch where he gave the receiver a little bit too much cushion. But outside of that play, Isaiah Rodgers didn't have a bad game either, man. This is his first game starting since his suspension. So it's not like he's been playing a lot. The DBs, especially the young DBs, bro, our future's bright. Our future is definitely bright on the back end.
Our future is definitely bright, Huss. I couldn't agree with you more, bro. Quinyon, Quintanamo Bay, whatever you want to call him. You want to call him a locksmith. Man. I don't know what y'all want to call him. Look, he straps up. He's legitimately CB1. He's just so fundamentally sound, technically sound. His footwork is amazing. His eye discipline is amazing. Like you touched on it, Huss, they don't even test his side no more, bro. Like they might throw one. You see what I'm saying? Other than that, they're not throwing that to Quinyon. Quinyon has been locked down. Quinyon has been advertised. Now I see why the big Power 5 schools were trying to get him from Toledo in a transfer portal. It explains why they said Nick Saban. You feel me? GOAT. Literally,
that was my number one transfer. He said that was the number one guy.
Come on, that I wanted.
Understood.
And obviously we know because Saban, what's his specialty? Defensive backs, and particularly corners. So he saw the talent in Quinyon, but I know Quinyon saw the talent in himself before anybody else saw it. But he's just phenomenal. Keep working, bro. Keep doing your thing, coming out there prepared every single week, shutting down some of the premier receivers. It ain't like he's been going to get slouch receivers neither. You see what I'm saying? And he's been holding his own. And you know, the crazy thing was, it's everybody was so worried about, okay, he's coming from a small school. He's coming from Toledo, the MAC conference. You see what I'm saying? How's he going to fare in the NFL? Are the lights going to be too big? My bad. Are the lights going to be too bright? Is the moment going to be too big for him? He's checked every box possible in his rookie season. He's playing phenomenal, and we won't be surprised if he wins defensive rookie of the year. And now and for real, bro. And now the cool bull, like you said, bro. Ever since he's been in the starting lineup and we taken out Avonte Maddox, bro. Vic Fangio saw something. He said, look, even if Coop is at 85% up to speed within the scheme, his 80 to 85% is better than Avonte's 100%. It's been proven and proven again ever since. Every time Avonte Maddox comes in the game, bro, they target him.
Oh my God.
They literally pick on him.
One play, one completion, and it was a big completion. It's like, bro, get him up out of there, bro.
Get off the field. What are we doing?
I swear to God, what are we doing?
What are we
Coach,
doing here?
Really? Like, come on, bro.
It's crazy, but like with Coop being inserted in this lineup, bro, the team has seen, especially the DBs, have seen fast, bro. It's been great communication all across the board for one play specifically, bro. I remember Coop tapped his helmet to Bond, letting him know that he had the guy in motion. So with his communication and a great technique, it's like, okay, let's communicate. Hey, Bond, I got him. So once the guy in motion came out, Coop was able to make that play. You see what I'm saying? It just, with him being a rookie and having those communication skills, like we've always said in past videos, defense is full of communication. The game of football is full of communication, but defense really is communication. You see what I'm saying? All 11 have to be on one accord. Because like on offense, as opposed to offense, yeah, the line has to block, but then one receiver might not run a route, a running back might not run a route, but you can still complete a pass. You see what I'm saying? It ain't no communication. Just, all right, we going to just free ball it. We just going to go out here and just throw it. You see what I'm saying? We just going to improvise. But everybody on defense as a collective unit has to know each other's assignments. They have to know where they're going to be. They got to know, okay, do I got inside help so I can leverage outside? It's just with Coop, bro. I'm just proud that the Commandos literally passed on him because he is legitimately a first round talent. He's putting it on display week in and week out. For us to get him in the second round, and to pair with Quinyon, the future looks bright for them too, bro. The future looks super bright, bro.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
It does. Super does. Like I said, Isaiah Rodgers, I know you're not getting a lot of opportunities, bro. But take advantage of him. You've been making plays for sure. He's somebody else who I would definitely like to see the Eagles lock up come the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe that he could be a starter in this league. Between him and Keely, they both could be starters in this league for
yes.
Both speed guys. Keely a little bit bigger, but both bring a certain dynamic to this defense I would love to see. Moving to the defensive line only gave him 60 yards rushing, bro. And that's between like 2-3 running backs.
Mm-hmm.
We really bottled the run game up. We had 2 sacks, I believe, both by Sweaty.
Both, yeah. Sweat.
Both by Sweaty for real. I would have liked to have seen us get a few more sacks out of this game, but I can't complain because the D line really did control the line of scrimmage. Like I said, bottled the run game much. It really wasn't much there. Jalen Carter, he won't show up big in the stat sheet in this game. Ooh,
that boy.
The boy's phenomenal, y'all. The boy's phenomenal. Like truly, like he's playing like a top 5 D tackle in this league right now. He's young. He's full of talent. The more he continues to learn this game and grow within this scheme, I truly believe sky's the limit. But, you know, D-line had a solid day. Like I said, I would have liked to see some more sack production. Didn't really get it, but we controlled the line of scrimmage. Also, that was notable. Also, Bryce Huff with a wrist injury. He only played, I believe, 6 or 7 snaps in this game. But they said it was a hand injury, but come to find out it was a wrist injury. We'll see how that progresses. He didn't really give us much in this game, but it would have been nice to have had him out there.
Mm-hmm.
For what that is.
For what it's worth.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all around solid performance with the D-line. I don't want to dive too deep in the D-line because you've hit a lot of points that I was thinking about. But what I want to say as well is don't let the media and everything misconstrue like, oh, the defensive line didn't have a solid day. The Jaguars offense literally had one first down the whole first half. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of plays where, it seemed like Trevor Lawrence was making big time throws and making big time plays was when it was basically they were down 22-0, bro. You see what I'm saying? So we're playing a lot of prevent defense and things like that. So we're giving up a lot of underneath throws and not getting beat deep. So don't take too much stock in that. I definitely would like to see us clean up a little bit with the prevent defense. I know we briefly touched on Isaiah Rodgers. It was one play in particular. It was like a 3rd and 13 where he gave too much cushion. You see what I'm saying? Way too much cushion. But other than that, the defensive line played superb. They knew their rush assignments. They knew their rush gaps, their lanes. They played a few games and stunts up front. You see what I'm saying? We didn't get to Trevor Lawrence too much. Like you said, Sweaty had the 2 sacks, but it was a lot of quarterback hurries and a lot of quarterback pressures. Trevor Lawrence didn't look comfortable until he had to run hurry up offense. When he had to think about the offense, when he got the call from the sideline and he got the time to be in a huddle and make the play, call the play, we made Trevor Lawrence look just you feel me? But then once he got into the opportunity to run hurry up offense when he was down 22 again, you see what I'm saying? Then he started coming to life and looking like a serviceable quarterback. But like we said, all around defensive line played a heck of a game. Y'all keep being physical. Y'all keep setting the tone. Y'all keep owning the line of scrimmage. And just being disciplined. We keep doing that. Like we said, the trench play usually wins the game, the offense and the defensive line. So what's it called? Just keep being prepared. I'm loving what I'm seeing out there, bro.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. They're definitely the defense as a whole is ahead of schedule. I wouldn't have thought that we would have been a top 10 unit going into week 10.
No. And
at the end of the day, when the season was all said, I thought we would have been in the middle of the road. But to see us at a top 10 as a top 10 unit at this point is good to see. And it gives you a lot of hope and promise that the future is bright as far as this defense goes. They can only get better as the season progresses. And then continuing into next year, we should be elite if we continue on this path.
Mm-hmm. And to add on to that, Huss, I got a few stats about our defense as a whole. So during this 4-game winning streak, the defense has only allowed 44 points, 9 against the Browns, 3 against the Giants, 17 versus the Bengals, and 15 versus the Jags. That's the fewest they've allowed in a 4-game span in 32 years. It goes all the way back into 92 when Bud Carson was the defensive coordinator for the Eagles, and they won against the Saints, the Cards, the Broncos, and the Cowboys, allowing 34 points. Also, another stat which was mind-blowing to me, bro. The Eagles have allowed 858 yards over the last 4 games. Their second lowest 4-game span in the last 30 years. They had a 4-game stretch in 2017. Again, reminisce, we're getting these vibes from 2017 team. I'm telling you, where they allowed 829 yards against the 49ers, Broncos, Cowboys, and Bears. Only the 91, the 92, and the 2017 teams had better 4-game stretches since 1956, fam.
That's good company to be in.
Come on, bro. And then final one, bro. You see what I'm saying? Hey, we gotta praise. We gotta give the love what is due, when the credit is due. Over the last 4 games, the Eagles have allowed just 1 passing touchdown and 564 passing yards, and they have 16 sacks. The last time that they allowed 1 passing touchdown and fewer than 600 passing yards and recorded at least 16 sacks in a 4-game span was in 1995, and that was against the Giants, the Commandos, the Seahawks, and the Cowboys.
I noticed that the Cowboys are a common theme in a lot of these draws.
Common denominator. We're going to get to them. Yeah, we're going to get to them.
We're going to talk to them a little later in the week. That's going crazy for real. I swear. But nah, like I said, overall, good game offense, good game defense. Even special teams look really good. We spoke a little bit about this off camera. You have to find a role for Sidney Brown on this defense. This young man just continues to make plays when he's on the field. He always looks extremely fast. He always plays extremely aggressive. He's going to give you 110%, and he's a smart player. This guy make plays. Even Brian Dawkins brought him up. I mean, it's just he's one of those dudes. He's always around the ball. Forced a fumble for our first turnover early in the game on punt coverage.
Allowed us to finally score in the first quarter.
We should have started the segment with that. Yeah, score in the first quarter for the first time this season, dating back to last year sometime. Came down for forced fumble, recovered by Keely Ringo on the sideline. Heads up play by Keely to stay in while recovering it. But this kid just makes plays, man. And then this is his second game back this season. He's already contributing to, I know special teams is his own dynamic, but it also is a part of defense. He's already contributing. He's already contributing to the team. So I would love for Vic outside of special teams. I know it's going to be hard, you know what I mean, especially with safety rotation, because to your point earlier, playing defense is a lot about communication. And sometimes when you get to moving these pieces around too much, communication can get lost. So I do get that. But this kid's dynamic in his own right. You have to find a role for him. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, we didn't really talk about it too much, but the Sirianni woes, he has to find a healthy balance. We love for him to be aggressive, continue to be aggressive, bro. But you also have to temper it and read the room or read the field. the situation.
Read the situation.
What's going on right now. Sometimes, like especially early in a game, it might be good to go for third and short, fourth and short, whatever it may be. But when the game's in control, I don't want us to get caught up in the things chasing points, because sometimes chasing points can lead to your downfall.
Get you beat.
And in this game, it certainly felt, it certainly felt like we were chasing points at some moments in this game, but we should have just kicked the field goal as opposed to go for it on the fourth down. So he needs to find a healthy balance there as to when to be very aggressive and versus, hey man, it's cool to just take three. Mm-hmm. It's cool to just take three, you know. But I feel like once we find a good balance there and we start truly finishing out some of these games, bro, we're Super Bowl bound. We are definitely Super Bowl bound. Like this team is very dynamic, too much talent. We'll be in that dance. We just got to clean up some things.
Mm-hmm. And like you said, Huss, we're all about the aggression. We're all about Sirianni trying to basically put our foot on the opponent's neck. You see what I'm saying? And I think that with that being said, though, I think that he got too caught up looking across the other sideline and seeing Doug Peterson and knowing what it mean for Doug Peterson to be back in Philly. Dougie P, shout out Dougie P though, but what's it called? He knows. You feel me? And I think, like you say, he was chasing points because he wanted to really put it on the Jags and try to like kind of rub it in Dougie P's face, like, okay, yeah, I got my team over here. We're better. Like, you see what I'm saying? But like you said, that couldn't be our downfall. Now, one credit that I do give to Sirianni is on that fourth down play that we didn't get. What's called? He did call, or Kellen Moore, one of them, called a good play. I don't know. I might have said it earlier in the video, but I'm not sure. But when AJ did the over, and
it was there. No, that was there.
So yeah, so we touched on that. So I do give credit with that fourth down, but a lot of the other plays, I know you're trying to get the tush push started, but like we said earlier in the video, bro, you got to start thinking about other options. We can't just keep running the same play after play after play, especially if it's not working. And then on top of that, like we said, we left 9 points off the board. Like you said, we're point chasing. That can be cool to when we're battling inferior teams and teams in a regular season. But like you said, bro, when we get down into December, January, and in our case, February, it's they always say football is a game of inches. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes when you get too greedy, it can come back and haunt you. I know for those who know, you know Kenny Rogers, right? So you know the song. You know the song "The Gambler." You see what I'm saying? So for those who know, like I like Sirianni's aggression, but you got to know when to fold him, know when to hold up, know when to walk away, know
Straight up.
when to run. You see what I'm
No,
saying? You
but
got to know
nah,
it,
straight
bro.
up.
You
Straight
got
up.
to, bro. Like you touched on a little bit earlier, Hus. Like, bro, it's cool maybe in the first quarter, second quarter, or like the first or second time that we do it. But when you see it not working, bro, take these points. We have a top 5 kicker there. You see what I'm saying? Take these 3 because somebody be like, bro, it's only just 3 points. It's only just 3 points. You're right. But guess what? If you kick 3 field goals, that's 9 points, fam. You see what I'm saying? That's 9 points. That's a difference between where we ended up at 28 and we should have had 37.
And
You
even
see
if
what I'm
they
saying?
mount a comeback, their money is still the game is in control. In control. You know what I'm saying? To your point, it's just we shoot ourselves in the foot or make some of these games a little closer than need be by leaving those points on the board instead of, you know what I mean? But we choose to go for it. I understand that's the nature of the beast here. We're going to be an aggressive organization, but
Sometimes you gotta play smart football though, fam. You gotta play smart football because that can get you beat. That can be our downfall from us winning the Super Bowl. You see what I'm saying? Poor coaching, poor situational awareness, situational, like you said, coaching. It's sometimes it's not even the players when it comes down into the playoffs, bro. Sometimes it's a battle against coaches. So coaching is a major factor. So we're just hoping. We're hoping that Sirianni, look, bro, you made your mistake in this game. You kind of went for other fourth downs and everything in other past weeks or whatever. We're just hoping that you learn from your mistakes, you build on these lessons, you apply it to the future, bro. All our common goal is, like you said before in the last video, sometimes it's you, sometimes it's me, but it's always us. You see what I'm saying? And in Philly, we have one common goal, and that's to win the Super Bowl. So, Nick, you're a phenomenal coach, bro. We back you, but sometimes you just gotta know. You see what I'm saying? When to go for it and when to take these points, bro, because you don't want it to come back and bite us in the butt, bro, and we lose by 2 points. We lose by 3 points, but like in this past game, we left 9 points off the board. So just clean that up, man. And the future is bright, bro. Sky's the limit.
For sure. Any other things you want to discuss as far as the game goes?
So yeah, again, defense, man. Look, Fangio, bro. Shout out to you, bro. The defense just looks lively. You see what I'm saying? The infusion of the youth with the vet movement has been paying dividends. And you see, like when our D line starts to get pressure on a quarterbacks, that's the success to unlock our defense to new planes and new plateaus. You feel me? And then I definitely want to shout out Lane because we didn't really touch on Lane in this video, but shout out to him playing his 150th game. So kudos to you, Lane. Paved the lane.
And
You know me, he's a dog. And only Lane. We got your boy Shady McCoy. Shout out your boy Shady, man. Shout out Harrisburg's own. You see what I'm saying? That boy Shady coming back to Philly, getting inducted in a Ring of Honor. I mean, I'm sorry, the Eagles Hall of Fame. Ring of Honor. What am I talking about, right? The Eagles Hall of Fame. Shout out to him coming back. He is a legend in Philadelphia. He was my childhood. He was everything, bro. Like that boy Shady, he's synonymous with the snowball. You see what I'm saying? For sure. That snowball gets the Lions.
For sure.
But yeah, shout out to Shady, bro, because outside of Saquon, Shady and Brian Westbrook been the best backs we've had pound for pound. You see what I'm saying? But shout out to Shady. He deserves it. I see you talking your junk on the facility at always too. Wave that Eagle flag, talk that junk. You see what I'm saying? You bought the little cheerleaders over there. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, man, again, congrats to you. You deserve it. And I'm proud that we're retiring your number so nobody can wear that 2-5 no more. I'm just proud that you're going to retire a Philadelphia Eagle.
Absolutely. I mean, you hit it on the head, man. That was going to be my next point. Hey, Lane, Shady, y'all will always go down as some of the Eagle greats. Y'all giving a lot to the fans, to the organization. So like I said, shout out to y'all. Much respected, much love. Lane, keep grinding. Shady, do your thing. Pop your shit for real, because we Super Bowl bound. Hey, don't let Acho and James Jones and all them up there sway you, fam. Like, you know the vibes of what's going on, bro. You feel me?
They been coming around low key a little bit too, though.
Hey, because we've been playing good ball.
Come on now.
We've been playing good ball. You know what I mean? You can't deny it. You can't deny it. It started off slow, but we're coming around, man. Coming around. But just want to say thank you to our followers. Thank you to the supporters. Hey, man, we're grinding. It's been a little road now, you know what I'm saying? But it's been fun. I mean, we're enjoying the process. So we just appreciate y'all for sticking with us, continuing to support, showing love. Hey, man, we here. We here. We do it for the culture. We do it for the fans. We do it for ourselves. It's been a blessing, for real.
Hey, look, Hus, you couldn't have said it any better, man. Thank you for the support to our loyal subscribers. Thank you for the support to our new subscribers coming to the Main Thing Podcast Presents family. Like we say, every day we're going to embrace this challenge, embrace this journey. We're going to earn a brick every single day and keep building. You feel me? We love doing this content for you all, bringing this content to you, holding ourselves to our highest standard, making sure that we put out this content, this great content for y'all. So just keep coming through, showing us love, making sure that y'all are liking the comments. I mean, liking the video, making sure that y'all leaving comments in the comment section, making sure y'all subscribing to the channel, and making sure you hitting the notification bell so y'all don't miss when we drop some of this this fire content here, man. But other than that, Hus, make sure you go birds that like button. Make sure you go birds that comment section. Make sure you go birds that subscribe button. And make sure you go birds that Liberty Bell looking thingy, also known as the notification bell, so you don't miss when Swoop comes in with all the Eagles news and updates.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. Hey, it's been great chopping it up with you, bro.
Always.
Always. Man, I go by Big Husk.
And I go by your boy, Mr. Oh.
Hey, man, this is the Main Thing Podcast where we keep the main thing the main thing.
Come on.
Hey, coming to you on a Wednesday. Hope y'all having a great week. Hey, we're going to chop it up with y'all a little later in the week, but peace, love. I hope a lot of y'all voted, but hey, we'll talk about that. But nah, man, love.
Hey, go birds.
Go birds, go birds.
It was I was gonna make a lot of money doing what I wanted to do. I went after it, and it was a struggle to achieve it. But you know what? I caught that bitch. Dream chasing.